Hi guys, you're welcome to my channel. This is PamelaWorld and this is your girl Pamela. So today I'm having a little session with incoming students on what they need to know about Japan and telling them a few things about my university, life in general, food and accommodation. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe and stay tuned. You can learn a thing or two. Hello everyone. I think I have quite a different way of doing things, so let's just, please feel free, okay? And afterwards you could ask me any questions. So my name is Pamela and I'm a master's student. I'm a master's student in Hiroshima University second year. So the first thing I want you to know about Japan is that you won't find people speaking English on the streets. Okay, you will not find people speaking English on the street. So if you are coming to Japan, you should make an attempt to learn Japanese. And I want to commend your senseis. They've done a great job to organize such a program. We didn't have something like this when we were coming in our time. We didn't have the former students speak to us. So what you know about Japan is from either the news, or if you are fortunate to have someone already here, then they can tell you about it. The next will be food. So this is actually interesting because Japanese food in general is sweet. It has a sweet taste. Okay, take it from me. I'm an African. I'm from West Africa. I eat spicy food, so I'm telling you it's sweet in general. We like a lot of spices, but they don't have so many here. However, when you come and you're not used to the food, try and introduce yourself gradually. Don't force yourself to eat everything right from the beginning, okay? That's one thing you should keep in mind, because this is a new environment, so your system will naturally not be used to this. So you have to introduce yourself gradually. So you could try maybe just one sushi. You like the taste, you don't like it, you try again another time. Don't force yourself. Don't let anyone force you. That's one thing I should also say. Don't let anyone force you to eat. If you don't like something, don't let anyone force you to eat it, okay? Be bold enough to tell them you don't like it. Don't let anyone smiling make you feel that you have to eat it. No. If you can't eat it, just tell them you can't eat it. And if you have any allergies, to do well to let them know, okay? Because if you go back to your room, you're the one gonna suffer alone. They won't be there with you. So the third is accommodation. And so for accommodation, what I want to say is that, okay, I was a Mext student, so I was privileged to stay in the international hostel, okay, and for that, I think it was around with everything, right, Larissa? So that's
so cheap.
So so it was around 10,000 yen, and if you convert it to dollars, approximately $100. But that is rare. You don't find apartments in Hiroshima for that. You find apartments for around $200 and above. Okay, so you have to live within your means. Okay, in terms of accommodation, if you get it should just be decent. All the rooms are not big. They are definitely not like my room in Ghana. Their rooms are small as well. Okay, so you should keep that in mind and just get a pretty simple apartment. You're not going to be here forever, okay? So something to make you comfortable enough to learn and do what you came here to do. And about the bicycle, anytime anyone asks me, oh yeah, so I have a YouTube channel, you could check it out later. It's called PamelaWorld. Yes. So about the bicycle, anytime anyone asks me, I think everyone here knows my story. So please do want to learn a bicycle before you come. Learn how to ride very well. Japan has Hiroshima, so you know Hiro is wide, Shima is an island, so definitely there are a lot of hills, there are a lot of slopes. So learn how to use your brakes well and learn how to ride well before you come, okay?
I was there.
You were there, I remember. So another one is for the trains. When we came initially, what happened was that we sat in the wrong train. It was going to Kobe, but we were coming to Hiroshima. But I just felt deep inside that this was not our train. So I went to ask the driver, and we had to move within a minute. So Japanese were very kind to us. They helped us move our luggage in 1 minute. And my leg even entered the railway for the train during that time, okay? So if you can speak some basic Japanese, you avoid something like that, okay? So if you can't speak Japanese, then you know where you are already. Then for the trains, another thing that will help that most people don't know is Google. One thing I've realized is that Google in Japan is very accurate as compared to my country when I was leaving. Okay, if let's say I want to go to the city and I put in the time, okay, on Google Maps, the time I want to go, I'm able to get the trains and the buses available. Okay, so it's something you could look into to help you on your journey, because you would definitely have a tough time coming here from Osaka. It's not a one-way, okay, so keep that in mind. And the roads in Japan are pretty safe. You can walk around at dawn, in the night. I see PK jogging at dawn sometimes. So it's safe. And Japanese in general are respectful and kind, so don't be shy to ask for help. If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask for help. And I've had people help me from one place to another, okay? They are shy, so you also don't have to be shy. It doesn't work that way, okay? Light poles attract, but this one, on light poles are attracting. So you don't have to be shy as well. You have to be able to ask, okay? Feel free to ask. They will help you as far as they know it. And even if they don't know it, the amazing thing is, as compared to people from my country, if they don't know it, they won't confidently say they know it. They will ask someone else to help you. So keep that in mind. And everything in Japan is expensive. Don't let anyone lie to you. Japan is not cheap. It's a developed country. They have a high level of technology. So you should know it's not cheap. The train from Osaka to Hiroshima was more than $100. Okay, so it's not cheap. In my country, I can travel maybe to the north with less than that. Okay, so it's not cheap. Food is not cheap. Please keep that in mind. Food is not cheap. So if you are coming to Japan and you don't know how to cook, this is the time to get close to your parents, because you really need those skills. You need to cook for yourself sometimes, okay? Because I see PK posting his food on Facebook every time. So you need that skill, okay? Food is not cheap. Fruits are even worse, okay? So if you like fruits, it might be hard. And if you're a vegetarian, I think that gradually most restaurants are including that in their menus, so you'll be able to get something to suit you. Yes, and another thing about Japanese restaurants is that they hardly do deliveries. In my country, I can sit down, use an app, order food, it will come to my doorstep. But in Japan, it's either you eat there or you take out. Unless maybe your friend is going there and you ask them to buy it for you, but they don't do deliveries. So get used to that as well. And keep yourself open to learn, okay? Open up yourself to learn. There's so much you can learn if you open up yourself. And it starts with the language. You know, everyone likes to be accepted, okay? And language is part of culture. If you don't accept my language, I feel you don't like me. So I'm definitely not going to open up to you. I might know cheaper ways to do things, easier ways to do things, but you're not making any effort to learn my language. So I will definitely not open up to you. That is natural. It's not just Japanese, okay? Just make the attempt, make the effort, okay, to learn the language. And about studies. So don't forget why you came here, okay? Japan is fun. Traveling in Japan is great. But you came here to study. So make sure you excel in whatever field you choose, okay? You chose that field and you left your country. Imagine, you left your country. Let's say I left Ghana. Okay, I'm from Ghana. I left Ghana close to the equator, warm enough, and I come here. It's sometimes very hot and very cold, and you don't do well in your studies. I mean, you've not disappointed anyone by yourself, okay? And you're on scholarship, so if you don't use your scholarship well, you would have to pay for extra years. So make sure to finish all your studies within the stipulated time. And yes, I want to talk about the health insurance. I think it's usually issued immediately you get here. I think after you get a residence card, right? And it covers usually 70% of your bills at the hospital. So you can use that to go to the hospital. When you are sick, please don't keep it to yourself, okay? And now to this Omicron, there's COVID. So when you're ill, just communicate, okay? You can take the day off from school when you arrive and just go to the hospital, get yourself checked. I think our other friends mentioned that they have a good healthcare system, and I think they have one of the excellent healthcare systems, and I'm surprised they don't even use that as a form of tourism, because I think that's what India is doing, okay? So if you are sick, please go to the hospital, get yourself checked and be fine. Then the food in the hospitals is quite good, very good. Yeah, and about homes and roads, I've already mentioned that their homes and roads are very small, and there are lots of natural disasters in Japan. So the great thing is that they are very proactive, they are not reactive people. So most of their buildings are already earthquake proof and all that, okay? But you know that definitely some magnitudes of earthquakes cannot stand, that these buildings might not stand. However, they are doing their best, okay? So don't be afraid of the natural disasters. Just get your emergency packing bag. I'm sure you learned about that in the Milano Nihongo. Yeah. So I remember. So I'm a good student.
You are. I have to admit it.
So please keep your emergency bags, okay? And check it from time to time. This week we had an earthquake, right?
Yeah.
Like I think I was this week in the morning. Was it yesterday?
Oh.
Yeah. So please keep your emergency kit bag with you all the time and be ready to move with it, okay? And yes, anytime you want to step out of your apartment, one thing I would recommend you do is check the weather, okay, before you step out. I think it's actually Japanese culture. I didn't used to check the weather in my country before I step out. I just step out, maybe it rains, and I'm like, oh, it's raining, okay. But in Japan, you need to check the weather before you step out. You need to have your umbrella with you and all that. And one trick, yes, so for this is to help those who are interested in learning Japanese. I hope you all are though. So one trick for Japanese, or maybe a few tricks, I should give you a few tricks now. I think one of them you actually practice in class, it will be shadowing. Okay, try to mimic your students. So please try to do that often. It would help you, especially with the pronunciation. If you are from a country where your accent is different, it will be quite difficult to get the words. And you can mention one word, it can have 2 meanings or 3 meanings. It's just how you pronounce it, okay? And also, if you can't speak Japanese at all, try to speak slowly in English, not like me, okay? I speak very fast. Speak slowly, okay? If you speak slowly, because they have a set of characters called katakana, they'll be able to get something from what you're saying, okay? So it's a trick you can practice at the station. Yeah, I think I've spoken extensively. So that should be all for now. If later you have questions, yeah, you can let me know. And also, please check out my YouTube channel. Yes, my channel is PamelaWorld. I think I have videos on what you should know when coming to Japan as an international student, like you need an adapter and all those things. So please check it out and have fun.
You should write in the chat box.
I should write. Okay, now what is it say? I think
PamelaWorld, right?
yes, PamelaWorld.
Okay,
One word. Thank you.